So today I'm going to be talking about why you should be proactive and not reactive as a young footballer. Now, what I mean by this, when I say this phrase, I'm talking about your diet and your recovery. So many players, they sort of negate their diet, their recovery, their professionalism, and then once they end their careers, they all one of athletes' biggest regrets is that, oh, I wish I would have taken better care of my body throughout my career. Maybe I drank too much alcohol. Maybe I didn't have the cleanest diet. Maybe I shouldn't have smoked that weed, or I should have done this. I should have done that. So a lot of players at the end of their career, their biggest regret is not taking care of their body. So I'm telling you, as a young player, make sure you take precautions with your body. Make sure you take care of your body. You're eating right most of the time. You're recovering well, even if that's 20 minutes of stretching, even if that's just, yeah, it can literally just be simple things. Literally just eating right most of the time as well is a big one. And just avoiding things like the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? You can drink once in a while, but you know what I'm saying, when it's time to lock in, it's time to lock in. Avoid the alcohol, avoid the drugs, avoid the weed, the coke, the ketamine. Like, I know the young guys, young people be crazy these days. So obviously avoid all of that, because and you need to think like a 35-year-old basically. So think about it. When you're 35, you're probably and you're still out here. Think about how a guy like James Milner, he probably takes his recovery so seriously, because he knows that if he doesn't take his recovery seriously at like 36, 37, then he's going to be finished. But even you as a 18, 19-year-old, you should be thinking like that as well. You should be recovering and thinking like you're a 35-year-old. Because when you actually do get to those ages, you could probably extend your prime for like another 5 years, another 6 years, another 7 years. Because when you look at guys like LeBron James in basketball, or CR7 in football, CR7 is still doing it at like what? He's turning 40, and he's still competitive. He's still playing for Portugal. Obviously, he's out in Saudi Arabia, not the best league, but he's still playing for his national team, still scoring goals. And this guy's prime probably lasted 5 years longer than it should have, simply because he take care of his body. Like, if Ronaldo didn't take care of his body after Real Madrid, he probably would have started to see like a massive fall off. But obviously, he still got to have those 3 years at Juventus, and obviously he had that 18 months at United, which, like I said, he wasn't. That 18 months at United, you could see the decline a little bit, but he was still scoring goals at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure in the first full year, he scored something like 25 goals in the Prem at like 36. Like, it was mad. So, like I said, guys like this, even let's take LeBron James for example. I remember when LeBron was like 25, after every training session, he'd be icing up his elbows, icing up his knees, and then obviously one of his teammates, Dwayne Wade, came to him and saying that, oh, you've got all this ice on your knees, ice on your elbows. You're only 25, bro. Like, you're not 36. Like, relax. But obviously, if you see LeBron now, I don't know if you follow basketball, but if you see LeBron now, guy's turning 40 in December, and he's still one of the best players in the league. He's still probably a top 10 player in the league. Like, it's crazy. It's literally because since he came into the league, he's just been thinking like a 35-year-old. He's just been taking recovery, diet seriously. So you as a young footballer, if you start thinking like a 35-year-old, doing things how a 35-year-old should do. Obviously, when it comes to training, don't train like a 35-year-old, because 35-year-olds, they have to, they'll probably train with less intensity. They probably won't do as much power work in the gym. You as a young player, still train with intensity because you have that energy. Still focus on building strength, building power in the gym. But I'm mainly just talking about the diet and the recovery. Take that seriously, because obviously, like I said, you can extend that prime. Maybe if you didn't take good care, maybe if Hazard took better care of himself, he wouldn't be finished at 30. Maybe we could have seen like another 3 years of Hazard, another 4 years of Hazard. Same as Neymar. Maybe Neymar doesn't pick up as much muscle injuries if he was more professional. Maybe because obviously, Neymar's what, 30, 32 years old, and he obviously went to Saudi Arabia. Maybe we could have seen Neymar until he was 36, 37. Same as Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, when he left Barca, it kind of wasn't the same anymore. I think he left Barca when he was like, what, 28? Maybe if he took care of himself, we could have seen him until 33. So literally, just be thinking just take your diet and recovery seriously. Obviously, if you're like 12 years old, I get it. Like, 12 years old is crazy, but still, just be careful, just be wary. Just tell yourself that, all right, cool. Like, all right, cool. I need to be careful of what I eat, of what I do, because you're just set and focused on this one goal. So even if you're like 12, 14, 16, whatever, literally doing the small things that other people aren't doing can help you so much. Literally, if you just come up with like a 10-minute stretching routine every day, or like a 15-minute stretching routine, 20-minute stretching routine, and then you eat clean most of the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not going it's not every day you're going after school, you're getting the chicken and chips, the free wings and chips. I know if you're from the UK, you're at Bossman's every day getting the free wings and chips. It's like, nah, bro, chill. Like maybe once a week, once every 7 days, once every 10 days is cool. But I don't want to see you in. I don't want to see you in there 4 times a week, every single day. Because trust me, you might not see the fat on your body. Because that's another thing when you're young. You don't really see the fat. For most people, anyway, you don't really see the fat on your body. But trust me, you're building those habits. So if you've been eating trash food when you're 14, when you're 16, when you're 18, once you get to an adult stage, 21, 23, 25, you're still gonna have those same habits. And obviously, once you get to like 23, 24, 25, that's when the weight is gonna start. That's when you're gonna actually start putting on the weight, because your metabolism isn't crazy like when you were like 12 years old. So obviously, it's gonna affect you in the long run. But as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, you have to think about it. You have to think about, all right, cool. I can't be doing this every day, because I'm gonna build the habit, and then in 10 years, it's eventually gonna catch up to me. And at 24, if you're 15 right now, at 25, if you still have bad habits, like smoking, like drinking, like eating junk food, like I said, those 25 is meant to be your prime years, and you don't want to be one of them footballers who are finished by like 25, 26, when you could have had another 10 years at the top. So that's the vid for today. Literally, be proactive, not reactive with your diet and recovery, and trust me, you're gonna outlast so many people the same age as you. So many people your age might be finished at like 27, 28, but at 35, you're still going, you're still performing at a top level, you're still starting big games. So that's all I've got to say for this vid. Hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.